One of the toughest things in life to enter or be part of or as a group is no doubtly one of them has got to be the Navy SEALs. And here's in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about the lesson I learned from a Navy SEAL and what we can apply, how it can be applied to you in your life and when it comes to your business and your practice and your service for your profession. So let's get right on to today's show. Hey there, I'm Laurence, Tham, your chiro coach, and today's episode, I got a great one for you. There's maybe a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, I was in Japan, and I was asked to speak to the U.S. Army on an Army base in Japan. And it was a friend of mine, Phil Randozzo, invited me to come and join him over there and become a speaker to help people transition from the Army as they move towards civilian life, as they finish their duty. And one of the people that was there, that was a colleague and a friend of mine, was a former Navy SEAL sniper. And one of the things that, during the trip, I spent about 3 or 4 days in Japan, one of the greatest trips I've ever had. And during those times, we spent a lot of time together. And one of the questions I asked him was this question around Navy SEALs. And there's always this myth, and there's always this, from people like Jocko Willings to people, there are tons of Navy SEALs, people we hear from, and how difficult it is to become a Navy SEAL. And I asked him, I go, what's the common thread? I'm so interested to know, what's the common thread that makes someone a Navy SEAL? Because I just want to know. I'm not that I want to be a Navy SEAL. I admire what they do, but it's not something that I know I'm aspiring to do. But I want to know though, because I'm always looking for that edge to figure out what is the mentality, the mindset that you need to have. And one of the things he said to me was profound. And what he said was this. He said was that it's never about the biggest guy. It's never about the fittest guy, the high school jock, the person who has won everything. Those people never make it. And I was shocked by that, right? Because the people that actually make it through are always the ones who could be someone who is skinny. It could be someone who is, that you would never think anything of it, non-athletic. But what's common amongst all of those people who make it is that they are there because they have this common thread about supporting their brothers and sisters, in the sense of they are not their family brothers and sisters, but the camaraderie of the coming together as a team, the coming together of supporting that they're doing it together and they're serving for the betterment of others, not of themselves. And I think that's a really true testament to what really comes down to success in practice. Because when I look across the board, when I look at successful chiropractors, regardless of your philosophy, your style of practice, or the type of practice that you have, and when I say success is not necessarily by numbers, but just the success of you being happy with the practice and the style of practice, and you are striving towards just being better all the time, it's really about the betterment of others. And I find that that's a really good way to really push to strive for, because and especially when there's moment of discomfort, or when there's moments of hardship, or when things are not going right in your life. Because I know that when I struggle through certain times, like restrictions or lockdowns, and you get into this state of mind, it starts to affect your mindset, and the first thing I kind of think about is, how do I get myself out of this, right? Because we all have those moments, but I always think about, how do I get back towards that line? How do I get back in the flow? And the first thing that I do is really just kind of going, how can I be of service of others? And I think that's the common thread that I see amongst all successful practitioners, or any successful business person or entrepreneur, is that they start focusing their energy towards helping others. And helping others meaning that they start thinking about, how can I be of service to their patients or their community, and also being of service to their fellow colleagues and their fellow chiropractors or fellow practitioners and their fellow team members. And when you can start to see that we work together, even despite that they may have different religious backgrounds or religious beliefs, or maybe different philosophical beliefs, or how they see things, I think that's one way to be able to kind of go, how can we work together towards something that we can have a common ideal and a common thread? Because in the Navy SEALs, it's not about they will accept the people who can make it through. Because remember, Navy SEALs are going through Hell Week. That's only one part of the thing, but going through Hell Week, you choose to leave. They don't kick you out. You choose to leave. And so the thing is that the encouragement is to help each other survive, help each other be there, because these guys are coming together because you're going to have to form a team. You're going to come together. You're going to go to war together. I know most of us are never going to go to war, but the reality is that we are going into battle together for this profession and for your community. And you got to start thinking about how can you be of service of others? How can you be of service to make this profession better? And like the sentiment of what's going on around the world at the moment is like everybody arguing each other who's right, who's wrong. I don't know if that's helpful, but to me, I don't know if that's actually helpful to really move the forward movement of this profession or for your career or for your business. I think when we start to actually, we can have disagreements and that's okay because that moves the conversation forward, but let's have healthy discussions, not, alienating certain people and calling each other out. I think what we start to do is actually having healthy conversation and move the conversation forward, but having healthy respect for the other side. I think what comes down to for regards to you and your business, and that's what you're here for, is start to ask your question. It's like, how can we move forward within your community? How can you serve others? How can you serve for the betterment of others? I think when you start to focus in on that, your whole reality starts to shift. Your energy starts to shift within yourself, and it begins there. Your staff is going to feel it, and then all of a sudden that your staff is going to come together with you if you're inspired, and they're going to be more motivated towards move towards that vision that you actually have. But if you're kind of like down and out and complaining and being a victim of how things are going towards you and acting that you're the victim to the circumstances, then they're going to feel the same way. If you feel defeated, everybody else is going to feel defeated. You have to be the leader in your profession. You have to be the leader in your business. You have to be the leader for your patients. When you are know clear direction, you might not know where you're going, but at least you know that we're going to take one step at a time towards something that we know is right, which is for you and as a chiropractor is going to be helping someone be healthier. And that's something you can do. That's something within your control. And when you can be healthier, you have every action, every tool, every experience, every educational knowledge to be able to pass on to your community and to your patients to help them be healthier. That's something we can control. Being healthier means that they're getting adjusted. Being healthier means giving them nutritional advice. Being healthier means having a positive mindset, helping them have better sleep, having them exercise, having them move, having them lose weight. All of these things are within your control and within your influence. I talked about this in another video. And the reality is that you have to make a choice. You have a choice to kind of be a victim of your circumstances, or you become a victor of the areas of the influences of the areas that you can actually have influence on. That choice is you. When you start focusing for the betterment of others and to help people get better and to work together as a group and to work together, we can come far and wide. We can actually move this, not just our profession, but move this population forward towards a healthier lifestyle. What do you think we will be in 2 to 3 years' time when everybody starts looking at their life a little bit healthier? Where will we be when we actually start to think that we can actually help those people gain control of their health and their life and circumstances and have better lifestyles? Where would they be? I think it's a question to ask yourself. Do you have what it takes to answer the call? Do you have what it takes to be able to spread that message? You are your own elite team, the elite health team. Join that, lead that, become that. You have all the knowledge and you have all the power. Now it's all about execution. Execute towards taking the action every single day to promote the thing you know. Stay in your lane to be able to do the things that you know can help others. When you start to support others, all of a sudden I think everything else will come. But it also requires for you to be able to know when to seek help, ask for help, or to provide help. That decision is up to you. If you need help, ask for it. I don't know if you need help or not if you don't ask. So if you do need help within yourself, with your mindset, or maybe in your business, then ask for it. Send me an email or find someone who can help you. Trying to do this alone is a silly thing. Why would you? Why would you have a goal that sits there year after year and never achieve it? Why don't you ask for help? What are you afraid of? What are you ashamed of? There's no judgment. There's nothing to be worried about. How many more years are you going to go without achieving those? That's your call. That's on you. Do something about it. If you want it that bad, go after it and find out who can help you. Whether it be me or someone else, go do that. I think Nitro is one of the best groups that can help you do that. I'm biased, of course, but if you do need help, come join us.
It's all well and good to have a successful practice, but in the grand scheme of things, I want to make an impact.
The biggest thing that it's enabled me to do is to develop better relationships with people.
The reason I joined was because I was feeling a bit isolated in practice.
Now I feel like I have a tribe.
Laurence definitely provides a really good insight from outside of my square.
You really start to find your true identity. When you're part of a group that supports you, which is what I feel Nitro does, you get some quality results.
I was caught up in the hustle side of chiropractic, so now having that freedom, still being just as busy and even more successful.
I think that we all elevate and rise together.
It really allows me to face my own fears and blockages. It's about being with like-minded people, but being about people who want the same thing, which is like this willingness to support each other and hold each other accountable at the same time.
We went from seeing an average of 140, 150 people to seeing now 250 people.
I do have the confidence to, have that voice and make those changes, and I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that without Nitro.
It's not trying to create me to be something else, it's trying to create me to be the best version of me.